Hey everyone, it's Rayce Robinson, your favorite Florida mortgage broker, coming to you with the numbers for December, which cover to the end of November, taking a look at how the market fared in 2022. Do me a favor, if you think the video is useful, like it and subscribe to my channel for all things real estate related. Let's take a look here at the numbers for end of November. So I kind of highlighted here what I thought were the most relevant things. So inventory, right? This is the thing that really is going to dictate how the market goes and how it went. You can see inventory's up 136% since the beginning of the year, right? That is double. So that's significantly or statistically significant, I should say. The thing is that actually means that we still only have a couple months worth of inventory, which actually is not a lot. I get asked this all the time, so I thought I would actually show something, which is this is in 2008, right? People were worried about depreciation. We had 25,000, almost 26,000 homes on the market. We were 123 days, 123 days for the average sale on the market. Where if you look right now, we have 7,000 homes on the market. Really not that much for a market as big as Central Florida. New contracts, though, you can see falling significantly from last year, this time about 3,000, now about 1,700. But month to month, really not much of a change. You can see we've kind of leveled out about the 7,000 homes for sale in Central Florida, and we've leveled out in sales. Though we did see a big drop from October to November, 2,700 sales down to 1,900, under 2,000, which truthfully this time of the year, especially in January and February, this tends to fall. So does the median. But the crazy thing is the median income, or the median price, has only went up. Last year at this time was 330. Now it's 360. So no price depreciation really at all. From October to November, it did go down 5,000. But again, really no big changes. I pulled up this national graph here, and this is the median price of home prices. You can see any time in these gray areas is when prices have fell significantly. And you can see really this parabolic rise here over the last few years in the prices. And so that's kind of where we're at. If I kind of zoom in here, you can see really nationally no big decrease in the median price. Now, that's not to say there are some markets that have went down in value, especially out west. I think you're going to continue to see that. But nationally, as an average, really no big changes as of yet. We'll talk about next year, my thoughts on 2023. 9 distressed homes for sale is just ridiculously low. I mean, there's just hardly any foreclosures going on, which goes back to the narrative of why there's not really any price depreciation, as sellers aren't in any financial trouble, and there's just no reason for them to sell. So to kind of look here, you can see rates have fallen. Last thing here that's really going to play out next year, and we're going to talk about this and how I think it will affect the market, but you can look here at rates. We peaked over here at around 7%, 7.08, Freddie Mac says, and you can see now they're saying the national average for rates is 6.31. Now remember, everyone's situation is different, but with that being said, rates have really started to fall over the last month or so, coming off their all-time highs, really beginning of October. When you look right here, 7,197 total homes on the market, 5,643 of those single-family homes. New listings, you can see down from 3,041 to 2,597. New contracts, about the same. Really kind of the big drop here. Sales, 2,716 down to 1,996. And you can scroll all the way up and down on here and not find another month where sales have been this low. So they always say the Fed always wins. And where is that showing up in the numbers? It's showing up right here in sales closed. Unfortunately, you can see inventory really not changing, right? Still around that 67 to 7,100 mark, which is again about just around 3 months of inventory at 2,000 sales a month. And then we got 43 days on the market, which is a lot higher. Obviously, we were down to like 21 days. There were some, I think, months lower than that. So that's higher, but again, still not anything major. So what does all this mean? What does it mean for 2023? If you're a homeowner, you want to buy a home, buy investment property, should you? What's likely to happen? That's the $1 million question. So my thoughts going for 2023 are pretty simple, which is so goes inventory, so goes the market. Inflation has seemed to cool off, right? It's the last 2 months on the CPI seems to be a trend. I think that trend will continue. Inflation could be stickier than people think, but I think it will continue to fall. Interest rates are falling. I think that will continue to fall. A lot of people predicting rates to be down under 5.5% by the end of next year. A lot of people, other economists saying below 5%. Hardly anybody at this point saying rates will be higher. So if you got lower rates, and inventory not really going up because sellers don't need to sell because they got record low payments, no reason to sell, no reason to get forced into selling. And unless they really have to sell, there's no reason for them to do that because the exchange and rate means the payment will be a lot higher. That being said, people always need to sell. People always need to buy. I think transactions are going to be around 4 million next year, which, they were getting up to over 6 million. So that is a significant decrease in the amount of transactions in 2023. So what does that mean? If you are a buyer or selling on the buyer side, I think now's the time to get in the game. Yes, the higher rates is the cost to get into a less competitive market. You are going to have a higher payment. But if rates fall, and that's the indication, no one has a crystal ball, I can't guarantee anything, but then you want to be refinancing. Because if you wait until payments drop, then everybody starts thinking, hey, now is a good time to buy. If we only have 6, 7, 8,000 homes on the market, that inventory is going to get snapped up and it's going to get really, really competitive again. And that's going to probably drive prices up, not down. Also, no big entity predicting major price depreciation across the nation. Highest number I've seen is about 10%. Most people predicting a flat market. So if you're a seller and you need to sell, no reason to wait. I would also sell sooner rather than later. There's no benefit to waiting. So again, if you're a seller, it's simple. If you don't have to sell, why would you? You got record low rates. You can trade in that equity, but you're going to have a higher payment. Now, that being said, if you want to trade in your equity and you're willing to pay a higher payment, same thing we were just talking about with regular first-time home buyers. Do it now when it's in your favor. Trade in your equity. Maybe get a bigger house, a little more payment, and then refinance when rates drop. Again, that's all predicated on rates falling, which I think they will, but there's no guarantee. So again, that's what I think is going to play out most of next year. Flat market, same amount of inventory, rates steadily declining, and staying really kind of in this what I call a balanced market, which is where I feel like we're pretty much at this point with 3, almost 4 months of inventory. That's the numbers. We'll keep paying attention, throughout next year. The inventory, rates, and all the things that impact that, so we get a feel for what the general direction of the market's doing. Right now, probably flat, probably lower rates as the year goes on. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions on this or anything that moves the market, reach out to me. I'd love to help. And all my contact information is below. Remember, every market's local, every market's different, and every situation is different. So if you want to know about how you'd be pre-approved, what the cost for a loan would be for you, what rate you'd qualify for, or what kind of special programs, and there are some out there now that you would be able to qualify for, reach out to me. I'd love to help. With that, make it a great day. Talk to you soon.